Hey everyone, this is Bruce from Kraken Gypsies, and today we'll be doing the weekly adventure here. For the first one, we'll be running the Starlight Portal. They have the special rules for defying frost. So as you can see, each round the player's first failure card costs one less to play. In this situation, I would suggest playing Ash or Ornn maybe. Probably not Ornn, but you know, with the cost reduction, I think it might not be as bad. We're going to try it with Gnar, actually. Our Gnar is level 8, as you can see. He's 1 star, and currently we are running the Riptide battery. However, I'm actually debating on changing this out because of the cost reduction. So, I think the Corrupted Star Fragment's actually not that bad. I'm not sure what else I'd actually want to give instead. So, I think for now, I can run Luna's Tempest on him. It'll be weird, but I can still do that. He has quick attack. That's something to think about too. And he levels up whenever he damages the Nexus, so what I could do is I could drop down the Curator's Gatebreaker on him and call it a day. Yep, cool. Alright, so we're going to get back into this now. So I already went over the rules. The rewards for this is the Bronze Reliquary, 1,000 Legend Points, which there, and Champion XP. There are 3 days left on the adventure, so I hope everyone's able to complete it. This is just my playthrough of it. It's my first time doing it, since I get rewards, so. Yep. Bubbles is in the background. Here, we're going to go for Sharing is Caring. It's a really powerful power. The reason for it is because Gnar actually has a lot of different keywords in his starting deck, and I think it'd be useful. Anyways, starting up, we have the Legion Drummer. They have the power Give Me a Beat. They summon a Legion Drummer on game start. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, so we're going to replace the Teeny Dactyl, Heroic Refrain, and Primal Strength. We'll keep Gnar. Oh, yeah, that didn't help us any. Yeah, we're not able to do anything on our first turn. 6, yeah. Be able to do next turn. So we're gonna drop down the Bitsy Lizard. Ready. And we're not gonna attack. We're just gonna pass. If we did attack, we would lose it by very humble. For the hand. Okay, so here we're gonna drop down Gnar. He's gonna do strike to their Nexus thanks to Breaker. And it's going to get attack as well. We're going to do what we can to make sure we both survive, but we'll see how this goes. We'll use the PoC stick to take out the Legion Drummer, so then we don't have to worry about them going to quick attack. And as you can see, just by dropping down Gnar and having a break out, we're able to which is really useful for what it's worth. So we have the Tusk Speaker here, and in my opinion, it's a really rough card. A lot of Gnar's cards are rough. But we'll see what we can do. I think we'll drop down the Teeny Dactyl here before we go for an attack.
The world awaits.
And now we're actually going to go for the attack. Attack with all of them. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll just attack with Gnar and with the Lava Lizard. I was hoping to get Barbarian Opal's block. That's alright. Alright, we'll pass. Alright, up next, we're gonna drop down the Protoporo. We're gonna drop down the Bitsy Lizard. Well, we're probably gonna lose. Well, we could use Gnar's wall up. Alternatively, we could actually just use Gnar to attack, and then we can use the other Gnar card. Alright. We're gonna commit to this. Okay. And we are going to wait until the next turn, basically. We're gonna let PoC stick be for now. And we're gonna drop down Gnar, and that's gonna end the game. Okay, so between these three options, I don't think we could actually use Mirror Image because we don't have anything that has 5 or more power currently. We could use a Shadow Assassin. I think that's okay. So I'm kind of curious on the Mammoth Shaman. Okay, for whatever reason, it's kind of bugging out on me. Alright, well, never mind. You know, instead of dealing with the Mammoth Shaman, I'm just going to go with the Shadow Assassin, since it's not even letting me view the card. Here we're gonna turn down our stuff real quick. Alright, so you guys can hear me better. And we're gonna move on to the support champion. Thing is, whenever you have Gnar, you want to find other ways of damaging the Nexus. So I'm actually thinking about going for Senna. She has quick attack and tough. Maybe not. I'm gonna reroll this. Yeah, this is gonna be another reroll too. Well, it's not helping me so far. I'm not seeing anything I really need, or really want rather. I'm probably gonna go for Trundle out of this, to be honest. He has some cards that can probably help. So, we're going to go up against the Songstress here. They have the power Ocean's Verse. This is the same power that they normally get whenever you fight them in encounters. So, what this does is when either player plays a spell, their weakest ally is granted elusive this round. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, so to start things off, once again, we're going to keep Gnar. We will replace the teeny dactyl and the PoC stick. Alright, so we could drop down the Tusk Speaker. I don't like it though. I really don't. I really hate its play effect. This doesn't work too well in Pathogen. But yeah, we're just gonna attack with it and end around there.
Follow my song to safer
Okay.
harbor.
So we could use Troll's Chant, and that's going to basically nullify their attack, or nullify their attack. It's been a long day, so I apologize if I misspeak. There we go. They didn't attack. That's good. What we're looking for. And we're going to drop down Gnar here. Gnar's going to use his Gatebreaker to strike the Nexus, and he's going to share a quick attack. Great. And now we can use PoC Stick. Honestly, before we do that, we might as well just attack with both. And if they decided to block with both, we'll take both of them out. If not, then we'll only deal as much damage as we're going to. And we're going to use PoC Stick on their Nexus, and this is going to let us draw one too. It's good to use PoC Sticks since Gnar's going to cost on strike. And here, Gnar levels up. He puts vulnerable onto onto the one enemy on the board, the songstress. We might be able to utilize that depending on how they attack and if they attack. I think for now, yeah, for now we're going to drop down a Troll Ravager.
Snow Sunder smash all the things.
Alright, they still have the attack token, so we're just going to have to do what we can. Alright, so we only have one unit to really block with. We could just block with Gnar or block with the Troll Ravager. We are going to be taking 3 damage here. Since both their units are elusive, there's nothing I can do about that, sadly. Okay. So, I'm going to drop down the Teeny Dactyl. Oh, that's rough. I guess I should have attacked first. I wasn't expecting him to have that. And we're going to drop down the Proto Portal too, and that's going to stack impact on things. Alright, and we're going to go for an all-out attack here. Everything has Challenger. Only one of our units have Quick Attack. So I'm going to utilize the Quick Attack to take out one of their elusives. And I think that's going to be a good attack for us. Yeah, no matter how they blocked, we still won. Thanks to impact. And lucky for us, that keyword does scale, so it's about the only scaling Gnar really has once you start up. Kind of funny, despite this being a 1.5 star adventure, this actually feels kind of hard. We're gonna go for cold resistance here, I think. Yeah, I think that's gonna be really good for us with double time watch, just to have an extra mana gem on the next round. We have the champion item chest or the healing node. We're going to go for the healing node. I would normally cut the cost here, but cut the tusk speaker. But I actually need to purchase healing here, sadly. I have the choice between the Ren Shadowblade or the Smooth Soloist. I think I would much rather go up against the Smooth Soloist. So we'll try that. They have the power Smooth Solo, which I'll explain once we're in that. Alright, so when the foe summons a unit, grants their strongest unit +1 power. Which, I mean, what we're going to have to do is clear the board as much as we can, which is going to be a problem for Gnar. We'll see how we do. This is our starting hand. We're going to replace pretty much everything. Yeah, we're going to replace everything. Alright. Once again, we're kind of forced to drop down the Tusk Speaker, which isn't the greatest option. And we could have chose to attack with them, but we're not going to. We're only going to deal 1 Nexus damage to them, and I'll be able to do that just by passing. So whenever I use them on our attack turn, if I'm able to, we'll be able to utilize Impact. So we don't have to worry as much about that. We can use PoC Stick here. It's the only thing we can do, really. And we can use it on the Jagged Butcher. It lets us draw a card, basically. There's not much else I can really do, to be honest with you. I'm going to use the Tusk Speaker to block the Black Market Merchant, thanks to his Plunder Nabs. Alright. And this turn, I'm going to drop down the Shadow Assassin. Them having elusive and letting me draw helps a lot. And lucky for us, we got a Proto Portal. This is actually pretty good for us, because we'll be able to get Impact and Challenger again.
Bounty board knows me name.
Alright, we're going to attack with both of them. I'm going to use the Proto Portal to challenge the Jagged Butcher at 6-1. And we're going to commit to this attack. We're able to do a little bit to their Nexus, and that's okay.
I never miss.
Alright, this turnaround we're actually able to play Trundle, so we'll be doing that.
King of Trolls
Sure.
coming through.
He does have regeneration, which is nice. And he starts with a quick attack.
Captain's orders. Bullet to the face.
So we'll just let this play out like this. We'll use Trundle to block the bloodthirsty Marauder. Alright, and now we are going to drop down, honestly, probably the Teeny Dactyl this turn, to set up for a stronger attack turn next time around. And I'm going to attack with these two units, and I'm not going to challenge, I'm not going to bother with that. None of their units are vulnerable. The only card that we have Challenger on is the Shadow Assassin, which is a 2-1 without quick attack. So I'm just going to commit to this attack. We'll call this a win for us here. We take out one of their cards. Trundle will regenerate. Great. And we get some more damage out on the board too. Nexus.
All in a day's work.
Interesting. We'll drop down the Bitsy list to start things off. I do have to be careful with Sheriff. They are pretty strong unit. And we'll drop down perhaps the Troll Ravager.
Snow sucker, huh?
It'll give everything regeneration, which is nice. Oh, we do lose Trundle. Damn. Yeah, if I kept enough mana to use Heroic Refrain, we could have stopped that. It sucks. It really does. Well, either way, we still won. I could play Gnar and win. I can just attack here and win. No matter what they do, they be able to block.
Taking you in.
Thanks to Impact. They'll still take out the Nexus. So there we go. On to the next encounter. Alright, and so from here, we'll probably go for Chief Nakotok. He's actually pretty good. He has Fearsome. We haven't been drawing him either. The other thing. The Blast Cone Seedling's a good option too. And yeah, I think we're just going to stick with this. We have the choice between River's Row and the shop. We're going to go for the shop here. We do have to be mindful. We are missing quite a bit of health. We could go for the Airsign Spirit Walker. But whenever they become the Stormclaw Ursine, it's only going to help like Trundle, I think, or another card that Trundle came with. Which is kind of lackluster in its own right. We could go for the Pompous Cavalier. I think that would actually help us a lot, in fact, because it'll give everyone Spell Shield, and it'll give everyone double attack. Which is kind of good. It's kind of what I'm looking for at this point. And in that sense, I could go for Mountain Goat, too. We'll go for a copy of that. Alright, and now we have the healing node. We are going to decide to heal here. Maybe. Yeah, we'll go for a heal. Alright, and now we're going to go up against Swain. He has his normal power Supper. He deals 1 to all the player's damaged units. So we have to be careful. Regeneration is going to be our friend here for sure. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, we are actually going to keep pretty much everything in this hand and roll with it. Okay, nothing to do turn 1, that's fine. I mean, I'd rather have nothing to do turn 1 than play Tusk Speaker, to be honest. Feels bad. Whenever you damage yourself. We'll drop down the Bitsy Lizard here. So they can't challenge our units. So there's not all that much for me to really worry about. Turn 3, we'll probably drop down Chief Nakotok. So Suffer won't work anymore, so I can actually block. I can block the 3-2 unit instead of the Iron Ballista. If I block the Iron Ballista, I just lose my Bitsy. But if I block like, no, I still lose them. As this happens, yeah. I can drop down another Bitsy. Try to do this all over again. I have to set up for this. Gonna pass.
Born a patrician, I became a soldier.
Yeah, this really bad now. I play Trundle. I don't think it's going to do enough for us. We'll drop down Chief Nakotok, like I was saying. That at least gives our lizard, you know, enough. So he's able to actually block something else. And I think we'll block like this. So we should relatively okay. We're gonna be eating a lot of damage, unfortunately. Alright, so this turn we will be dropping down Trundle. This gives the rest of our board regeneration. And we're also able to get the Ice Pillar or Frozen Pillar. Ice Pillar. Here, we're actually going to give him Primal Strength. And making him into a 6/8 is going to be pretty good for us. We'll be able to take out their City Breaker. Fortunately, we do
After the battle,
Nakotok. Their Ravenous block. But I think this is still okay for us. We're going to attack with Trundle again, just to make the most out of things.
doesn't scare me.
This helps us clear the board too. It's still anyone's game. We can definitely lose next round. We'll see. I'm not fully convinced.
Destination in sight. Bring these lands to their knees.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. Well, dropping down Gnar is not going to change. I could drop down the Shadow Assassin and give everyone a lose.
Beckons.
I'm thinking.
Their time.
That's going to bring us down to 7-0.
Victory
Swain
awaits.
levels up. And then from that, their Leviathan's going to hit our Nexus for 2.
Bleed for Noxus.
Very rough. We'll drop down Gnar here. Give everyone quick attack. We'll see how this goes. We can't block. Can't block Swain effectively. Yeah. Yeah, no matter what I do, kind of lost here. Well, the thing is since the Leviathan lives, this is a poor problem. And since that's the case, there's not much that we can do. So we're gonna get the PoC stick and call it a day. I don't know if we have revive unlocked. I don't remember what level that locked at. We'll see how this goes. We might revive. If we don't have the revive token, we're going to try this with a different champion and make sure we can get through it. I just wasn't able to set things up right. I know that was the issue.
Show them their place.
We're gonna try it again. Having a higher level Gnar will be able to remedy this. Overall, I would still suggest Ashe. If you... we'll replace a couple of our cards in hand, and we're going to keep our chief. All right, we're going to pass. We can't do anything because we only have a 1-star Gnar. Yep, we're just forced to eat damage here. And we're gonna drop down the Bitsy Lizard. Okay. They don't play any other cards, which I'm perfectly cool with. Honestly, I'm tempted just to play him. I'm gonna play him and I'm gonna give him Primal Strength. So if they block or whatever, we still get impact on the board. And we'll get impact next turn too. And the Bitsy Lizard will also transform. What we're looking for. They do drop down the City Breaker, and that's something we're gonna have to deal with.
Master your demons.
Alright, here we're gonna drop down the Chief. And that's gonna give our Lava Lizard tough. Which is perfect timing to deal with Swain. And unfortunately, that's the only card that can deal with Swain currently. We're gonna... Oh, damn. That sucks.
Their time has come.
Unfortunately, Lava Lizard's like the strongest card in Gnar's deck. So, us losing that card is actually really detrimental at this point. I'm not too sure I can win. That in mind. We will play Gnar this turn. Because alternatively, the other option's Teeny Dactyl, really. We'll just resolve that.
Merely pawns in a greater game.
And I'm going to have to use Heroic Refrain here to keep Gnar on the board. And we're going to attack with both for 9 damage. Hopefully they block. Unfortunately, they didn't.
They believe that they are
we'll be using the PoC stick here to go onto their Nexus. This also lets us draw a card. Thankfully, we drew another one. We're not able to utilize that just yet. Our level's up here. We drop vulnerable on Swain, which doesn't help us because, you know, having vulnerable on your defensive turn doesn't help very much, especially whenever you can block them anyways.
I helped build this empire. We know the price and
Here,
prices of conquest.
we have a couple options, but I don't like any of these options, to be honest. Kind of screwed. Well, we can drop down the Pompous Cavalier. That will at least let us block one card. We're going to use Gnar to take out Swain. We're going to use the Chief to block Iron Ballista. And we'll use the Pompous Cavalier to block the Legion Veteran. Yeah, and we'll use the PoC stick to take out their Iron Ballista. I think this is the best way of us for us to do this at this point. Now we're pretty reliant on Gnar at this point. We're going to drop down our Proto Oro, and we'll end around there. Alright, this is actually really good timing for us. We'll drop down the Chief again. And I just have to hope he doesn't have his spell. Ah. Okay, well, we have to end this round. Thanks to him getting Decimate. We're going to drop down the Mountain Goat. And does that share every... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, we have Barrier on everyone. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for this attack. We have Overwhelm and Double Attack working in our favor. So we're going to use that to take out the Legion Veteran. And we are going to use a Protoporo to take on Captain Faron. however you want to pronounce it. And yeah, we're going to commit to it. Oh yeah. Having double attack and impact, pretty nice. Pretty strong. Okay, and from here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go for Vampiric Scepter. So the thing is, I don't have Gnar leveled up high enough to be able to get like Nexus regeneration on, game start. So I think this is going to make up for that. Although having Vampiric Scepter on a card that's going to get cost reduction from the map itself is kind of weird. I think it's okay now, given this understanding. These are all pretty rough powers. I have to say the sparring student's probably our best bet here, and that's going to give us a unit, so we don't have to worry about our turn 1. Watch. We either have the gold chest or 2 different special encounters. So Smooth Soloist gives you powers for gold. We don't have all that much gold, but we should have enough after the encounter. I'm going to go up against the Abyssal Eye here. I think the Kindly Tavern Keeper would actually be pretty hard for Gnar to deal with, especially because, like, his units don't have as much power. So the Abyssal Eye is probably the best bet here. They have the power Search the Seafloor. When they attack, they have Nexus Strike, draw 1. So the power does. We'll see how it goes. Hey, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want to say hi, feel free to as well. I don't bite. We're going to replace those 3 cards, and we're going to keep one of our chiefs. This is actually pretty good for us. So we'll drop down to Proto-Portal. Start things off, perhaps. I think we're better off just letting them hit us for 4. I'm starting to get an understand that I'm starting to get the understanding that we actually have to prep Gnar's board basically to be able to, I don't know, make it work for us. If I wanted to, I could attack here, but I'd only be attacking for 3 damage in the board. Turn 3 will be able to do more things, so yeah, I'm just gonna pass for now.
Hello, new best
I'm
friend.
kind of banking on turn 3, to be honest. They're just spamming low-cost units on me. Sucks. That kind of helps too for our offensive turn. So I think we'll drop the Pompous Cavalier next turn. So I'm going to have to think on that. And if I drop the Shadow Assassin now, everything will be elusive. So we'll be able to deal with a Prowling Cutthroat. Actually, no, we won't because it's fearsome. Damn! You drop down the Chief. That works. Give everyone tough.
I've got this.
So I have to be really picky with who I choose to block. How I choose to block. I think this is the best way to do. Because if I use Proto-Portal to block, I'll just lose it. But I am eating a lot of damage here. Turn. Pass.
I am stronger than the darkness within.
Pass again. Oh, we are starting to generate keys. We'll drop down. Okay, even if I drop down the Pompous Cavalier, what are they going to do? They have 1 and 2 power. We'll drop down Trundle. Give regeneration to the 1 health units. Like a Chad. That's not the intent. I was hoping they would block. Well, I'm going to use Trundle to attack once again. And from here, I don't know what to do. We might as well use the impact that we have on the Protoporo. Thinking. And I might as well use the Sparring Student. And I'll use the Sparring Student. Challenge your Prowling Cutthroat. And I guess I could use the Protoporo to challenge a Shell Shocker. And we'll commit to this. We'll take 3 for 1. I'm cool with that. We also put some damage on their Nexus, which will let us back off impact. Thanks to Gnar being 1-starred. Alright, they're dropping down Double Trouble. What we'll do in return is drop down Gnar. That will heal our Nexus some too. Thanks to Vampiric Scepter. And we'll use PoC Stick and we will take out the Bastian Disciple.
Lesson learned.
Interesting. Alright, I'll let that be. Heroic Refrain's a burst spell, so I kind of want to... Okay. I don't know who else to give this. Maybe the Sparring Student. Alright, so we played the reverse Uno card on them. Not it, basically. We got Gnar to level up. That's actually pretty good for us. So we'll drop down the Chief Nakotok. That's going to give everything tough. Cool, that sucks. Trundle's like one of our best cards on the board right now. And we can either drop down the Troll Ravager, or we can drop down the Pompous Cavalier. I think I'm leaning more towards the Cavalier at this point. That's going to give everyone double attack. It's fantastic. And we're just going to attack here. Yeah, thanks to us scaling impact. Pretty much, like, I don't know. No matter what they did, I think they still would have lost. Alright, so we're going to go for Locket on the Pompous Cavalier. And the reason for it is because it shares Barrier, and it already has Spell Shield. So it's just going to be a keyword. Basically, I'm playing a unit that's just going to evolve my unit. As for Smooth Soloist, that's what we went with here. We have the choice between Fast Deal, the best defense, and Nature's Revenge. I don't think best defense helps us that much. Most of our cards actually has higher health and power. That wouldn't help us much. Okay, it helps the Mountain Goat. Haven't played yet. And it helps the Tusk speak. Like? And the Shadow Assassin. Balanced. Little bit. Yeah, so I'm leaning more towards Nature's Revenge. And I think I can utilize the sapling a little bit better. Alternatively, we can go for Fast Deal. But yeah, I think Nature's Revenge is probably the best here. We have the shop here. We have to go through. Spoils of War is actually pretty good for us, but I wanted to check this first. Okay, well, I don't feel like I'm missing out on much with Spellslinger, so we're going to go for a copy of Spoils of War here. And maybe go for 2 copies. It seems like it'd be a card that should go in Gnar's deck, but for whatever reason it's not. Anyways, we're going to go up against a Mirror Mage here. They have the power, Trick of the Light. On the game start, they summon, the foe summons a 0/8 Mirror Mage. So we'll see how this goes. Usually I have fun on the Mirror Mage encounters. They're, I don't know, for whatever reason they just feel fun to me. Easy to deal with. I just need to see all the interactions and stuff that can go on. Alright, so this is actually a pretty good starting hand in terms of keywords. We pretty much have all the word cards that we want. Unfortunately for us, the Sparring Student came out after the Sapling, so we weren't able to utilize the power that that has. But we'll drop down the Proto Portal here first, and that gives everything impact. Okay, I'm cool with this. Yep, that's totally fine with me. We'll attack with everyone here, and I will use the Proto Portal to challenge the Mirror Mage, and I'll challenge the other two too. And we'll get some damage off thanks to impact. And this also helps us deal with our elusives, so we don't have to worry as much on their attack turn. Meanwhile, they just drop one down and copy dope. Oh well, so much for that idea.
Great.
Don't have to deal with elusives. Well, we can drop Heroic Refrain, but I might as well pass first and see what. So if I was to, I'd still lose my Sparring Student. Alternatively, I could use Troll Chant, but I wouldn't be able to use Heroic Refrain. I can only block one of them though. Yeah, we'll just use Troll Chant. Alright, there we go. It's just a free block for us at this point. Free damage onto their Vandal Painter. We weren't able to block their Daring Furrows. Okay, we'll drop down the Shadow Assassin here and give everything elusive. And in a sense, we're fighting fire with fire here. We'll be attacking with all of our units here. We are going to be utilizing the Challenger. Block effectively. And we will commit to this. We'll deal 7 damage to their Nexus. They don't have any way of blocking us aside from what we turned with 100. And Impact's going to do a lot of work here. Depending on how long this match goes on for, we're going to hold off on using Cold Resistance until it's a 0 cost, because why not? And we're going to drop down the Chief here, and that's going to give everything tough. And that'll help us block a little bit better. And we'll drop down the Proto Portal, that's going to stack Impact. Alright. And now we'll block.
Oh, you're in for it.
I think blocking like this is okay. Well, I can't really block the without using Heroic Roof. Even if I do, oh well. I'm just gonna have to sacrifice the Proto Portal, sadly. Everyone else is gonna do okay. I can use a Heroic Refrain, and we'll buff that card up. And we'll also buff up our Chief. And I think that should be good enough for us. Instead of just us eating damage, we're actually returning some damage back to them. Back to their units. Although they do have impact, so we do lose Nexus health. Alright, and we're going to drop down the Pompous Cavalier. And once again, we're going to go for broke, basically. We have barrier, spell shield, double attack, impact. We have a bunch of stuff going on. And we're just going to make the most of it. We're just going to straight up attack here. I'm not going to choose who blocks who. I'm just going to let it be. As you can see, it seems like we win actually off this. Yeah, all the impact helps tremendously. Double attack. Especially once it starts scaling up. It's so nice. 1 second. Alright. So we're gonna move on from there. We have two choices here. Well, okay, after our battle rewards. Iceborne Legacy, I think, would be good if it didn't cost as much as it does. And the Kindly Tavern Keeper is actually pretty good as well, because it's going to be a 2-cost, has 3/3, and it can heal our ally or heal an ally or our Nexus 3. Great. Phage on Gnar helps tremendously, especially with Gatebreaker. I think that's going to be the best bet here. Like between these two, that's what I'm looking for. This also gives us Fury though, which is nice. So it'd be a 4/4 for 2 cost and heals our Nexus 3. I think the Fury is actually worth it, and the Nexus Sustain. We are going to go for the champion item chest here to buff up Gnar. There's no point in me getting more cost reduction on him, but I could go for Trundle with cost reduction here instead. And we'll go for the healer, and we will purchase healing, rest of our gold, more or less. There's nothing else for us to use gold on. And now we're going to go up against Karma. They have their normal power, guided meditation. All players start with 10 mana gems, and we'll see how this goes. Usually Karma is really hard to deal with. I haven't tried to go up against her as Gnar yet, so we'll see how this goes. We do start with 10 mana gems, so we don't need cold ruses at all. So we'll replace that, and hopefully we can draw Trundle or something nice. That's not something nice. It's okay. Make do with what we got. Alright. So we're gonna open up with Gnar probably, because quick attack's probably not the strongest thing that we have going for us.
My spirit is an unquenchable fire. Where
That's
there
a
is
really
life,
strong Karma.
there is hope.
We'll drop down the teeny dactyl. I actually have a plan once again. Surprise, surprise. Alright, cool with this.
Look within.
This might actually be pretty fast. They only have 1 mana left. We're going to drop down the Shadow Assassin. That's going to make everyone elusive. Oh. That sucks. This is one of our stronger cards, actually. We lost it, unfortunately. We are going to utilize the Sapling to take on Karma. And the reason for this is it's going to, you know, die anyways thanks to a Fermial. We might as well put some damage on Karma. And we're going to use the PoC stick here, and we're just going to, you know, keep wailing on her, I think. We're going to her for 1 again. That gave us another copy of Gnar too, which is actually going to be really good for her. There we go. Gnar levels up and becomes Mega Gnar. Once again, cold resistance doesn't do anything. And we have full Nexus health, so I'm not going to play the Tavern Keeper. Oh, there's a lot going on here. They're going to get 2 Tail of the Dragons. Then we might as well use Gnar's wall up on Karma. Done here. He's going to do that to Gnar. Alright, and we're going to drop down the Protoporo here. We're going to get another impact scaling. And Challenger.
Even at war, you remain
Oh,
so calm.
we're going to get Dragon
Would
Lings
panicking help,
next
brother?
turn to him. Alright, we're going to use cold resistance here. And we are going to grant... I don't think it really matters. We'll grant our sparring student 2 health. And we'll hold off on dropping down the
Move
Tusk
with
Speak.
purpose.
Focus. Focus.
It's too late for you.
Honestly, I'm just going to let the Eye of the Dragon attack. I think this is an okay block. We take 2 with us, we lose 1, and... we're just going to pass. I'm not going to bother with the Tusk Speak. It's too risky, to be honest. Alright, here we go. We're going to drop down the Tavern Keeper. We're going to heal our Nexus 3. It's not going to really make all that much of a difference. But everything's going to get Fury.
Brother, fiery as ever,
And
I see.
A child's anger has become
I'm going to look to attack here. If I use the Tusk Speaker, everything's going to get overwhelmed. But I should have done that first if I was going to play the Tavern Keeper. Oh well. We do have 2 elusive units here. In total, they'll deal 12 damage, which isn't going to be enough, but...
How about another round?
Chroma does have vulnerable, so we're going to utilize that real quick. And we'll utilize a sapling. There we go. That way they lose their Dragonling, actually. And we can use Heroic Refrain. And we're going to use it to buff up Gnar. And we're going to use it to buff up our Tavern Keeper. We're going to commit to this. Yeah. I think this is going to go pretty well for us. We'll seeing all these spells, I don't know anymore. Really? God damn. Alright, so Gnar was obliterated. He's now in a frozen tomb. We lost a major unit, basically. I mean, it'll come back to us, don't get me wrong. But they cleared our board. They shredded everything that we're trying to do. And I don't think we'll actually be able to recover. I'm pretty sure he's just going to come back as a normal Gnar, which isn't good for us. Really not good for us. So we'll see. We'll drop down the Protoporo. Best thing we can do here. Utilize the impact. Unfortunately for us, we weren't able to get the Pompous Cavalier, and if we did, we would have won.
Brother, fiery as ever, I see.
A child's anger
Biggest
has
problem
become
that
a man's will.
I've seen.
When my
We're gonna have to drop down to Tusk Speaker just to have an extra
When
unit. This also gives everyone overwhelm.
We will not stand by.
Alright. We have to block here, fortunately. We're gonna use the Protoporo to block a couple of them. And we'll use the Tusk Speak. Block the Eye of the Dragon. And we'll use the Sparring Student to take out the Scales of the Dragon. They don't have any mana left, so I don't have to worry about them playing sneaky. But we do lose a lot of units. And we're gonna pass. We do get our sapling back, which is cool. And we'll be able to challenge Karma with Tusk Speaker. Oh no, we do get a full on Gnar, and that makes everything elusive. Huh. It's actually really good for us. And we can also drop down Spoils of War. And this is going to grant any ally 2/4. So, you know, we might as well go Gnar for now. And we'll actually go for Entomb here. Alright, so I could either Entomb early, or I can just go for broke. I'm going to go for broke. See how it goes. Hopefully they don't pull anything too outrageous in there. That doesn't seem like it. I'm going to Entomb Karma. Just for fun at this point. Alright, there we go. We got them to use the rest of their mana. They can't do anything here. We actually won. And surprisingly, we actually have full health. On top of that. Yeah, I was really worried about Gnar coming back without his keywords and stuff, and just being a more normal Mega Gnar rather. Yeah, I'm glad that played out the way it did. If it didn't, I actually would have lost that. Sure. I do have to say, sharing is caring helped us tremendously. Without that power, without getting that early, we would have done as well. We still used a revive, but we still got Ness. It's pretty impressive for Gnar, to be honest with you. There aren't too many encounters I've had where I've actually gotten Ness on Gnar, because usually I'm barely winning. Hey, I'm pretty happy about that.